Hello folks, hope you guys are doing good. Let's start today's videos. In this video, I'll discuss about the two high priority CRT patterns which you can use in your CRT trading strategy. Right. So the first one is your continuation pattern. So what you have to look for a fair value gap. In that fair value gap, you will wait for a doji candle to form. So what do you mean by doji candle? Doji candle is simply a candle which have a longer wick to the upper side and to the downside, and as well as you have a small body as compared to the wicks, right? That is a doji candle. So you have to look for a doji candle inside a fair value gap, and if the doji candle fails to close above the this candle high, that then it confirms a CRT, and that is a high priority CRT you can trade, right? Generally you have to look for this in a trend. Do not try to look for in a reversal or retracement. You have to look for in a trend, right? So see how things play out. You see a fair value gap, there is a doji candle, and the probability of the CRT is extremely high. And see how the next candle tanks down and takes out the CRT low, right? I will go and show you some examples on trading view. Let me go to the trading view. Right now, let's come back to the trading view. Let's take any other pair you used to see. Let's start from the Euro USD. I will show you some of the recent examples have occurred on the charts, right? If you're using this thing on daily time frame, so you can also form your bias for a day or for a week if you want to look for this pattern in a weekly time frame as well. So what you can see is that there is a CRT high here, and there is a CRT low here, and there is a fair value gap just below the CRT low, right? So that's your key level, and you will see a doji candle forming here. That doji candle confirms it's a high probability CRT, and price will takes out that CRT candle high, right? So this for all these days you have your bias that price will take out this CRT high. Now let me show you some more examples. See this, there's a fair value gap here, right? There's a fair value gap here. Let me remove all the drawings. Come back here and you see this is the one more example I'm showing you. See this, there's a fair value gap, right? And I'll wait for a doji candle to form inside the fair value gap to confirm me a high probability CRT. The next candle, what happened, that a doji candle forms here, and it makes this a high probability CRT, right? So you have to look for a doji candle to form here inside a fair value gap, and now you have the bias that price will take out this low. So it's extremely high probability bias you can form. Now see this. Now I will go and show you one more example of this thing. There is a fair value gap here, and you wait for the price to form a doji candle, and always try to see this in a trend, right? You see this, there's a fair value gap here, a doji candle forms here, right? A doji candle forms here, and now you have the bias that until price takes out this low, your bias will remain bearish for few days, or for 2 days you have the bearish bias, right? So this is key, a doji candle inside a fair value gap, right? The next example is the reversal or retracement pattern. In this case, you have to look for price taking out last 20 days, 40 days, 60 days lows, and forming a CRT around the lows or the highs, right? So now let's come back to see some examples of it. Here you can see that price taking out last 20 days, 40 days, 60 days, like it's around 60 days, I guess, right? And there is CRT forming around the high, right here. That is extremely high probability CRT you can trade. CRT forming at around the highs, or at the highs, not in anyone inside the trend. You have to look for at the highs and at the lows, right? Let me see, let me go to the any other pair. Yeah, you can see this as well, here as well, price taking out many, like around 20 days, 50 days, 60 days, I guess, and it's CRT forms here, right? CRT forms here. So for all these days, until unless price takes out the high of this candle, your bias will remain bullish, right? And yeah, you took out on this candle as well. Yeah, well, let me show some more examples. Price taking out liquidity of almost 24 days. That's a good thing. And like tapping this fair value gap and forming a CRT here, right? So yeah, the CRT forms at the lows here. That is extremely high probability while taking out this 20 days highs and lows. Yeah, so that's all from this video. So if you want more videos on CRT, like I'm planning to make a next video on a DOL, right? How to find a drawn liquidity by using CRT. So if you want that videos, write in a comment section DOL. And about the CRT entry, so at the end of the whole series on CRT, I will post the video on the entry types according to CRT. But now next video will be how to find out drawn liquidity according to CRT. So if you're interested, so put in comment DOL. Thank you, and see you in the next video.